That's odd. I could have sworn Jet went shopping yesterday. Why is there no food? Jet? 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 Did you go shopping like you were supposed to? Hello, Jet? You around here anywhere? Dear sweet Celestia, every time!
What happens every time?
Every single time I try to get Jet to pull his weight around here and give him chores, he flakes on them. Every fucking time. You off to another gig?
You could say that.
Well, I recommend you get food at the gig, because Jet didn't go shopping. Oh, and are you gonna be back later, or is it an out-of-town gig again?
It's, local, actually.
Maybe I'll stop by later. I actually don't recall the last time I saw you perform live.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. I mean, you're busy with reviews and stuff, I get it. You don't have to come.
Nonsense. I should be able to get done with my review and catch your show. Where's it gonna be?
It's at, Sugar Cube Corner. Yeah, oh, and before I forget, your theme song's done, so, you can begin using that.
Oh, really? Okay, I have some archive footage that I can put with it. You get to your gig. I'll get ready for my review of Friends Forever number 12. And I guess for the first time ever, cue intro and spoiler alert. There are spoilers in this review. This comic is written by Barbara Randall Kessel, and the art is by Brenda Hickory. It begins with a normal day in Ponyville, which just so happens to be yet another special event. So I guess we can add another one to Silverquill's holiday/festival drinking game?
No, I want to live.
It is apparently the annual snack cart invasion. So basically a food truck convention, which I find no issue with. Twilight and Spike are preparing for their trot around the event in Buy Our Toys Castle when there's a sudden knock on the door. Before they can even open the door, Pinkie Pie bursts in. Deja vu. Pinkie Pie is in a very panicked state and needs Twilight's help. She needs to be kept away from the food carts to avoid her arch nemesis, the Phenomenon! The tasty, brain-spinning, nerve-blowing, happy tummy morsels that are the only thing that her hypermetabolism cannot handle. She is also unable to stop herself from eating thousands upon thousands of them, leading to embarrassing misadventures that she'd rather not repeat. Oh, so they're drugs and Pinkie's an addict. I mean, they are literally sugarcoating it by having it be a pastry, but it is clearly an analog to drugs, or other addictive activities. I'm proud of you, Pinkie. The first step to kicking an addiction is admitting you have a problem. Anyways, Twilight is more than willing to help. I mean, how hard could it be, really? First, she tries to turn taste into distaste with aversion therapy, and it doesn't end up working. But luckily, Twilight manages to get Pinkie back to the castle before she tries any of the knobs. When they return to the castle, they decide to turn it into Buy Our Toys Prison, now available at your local Walmart for $29.99. And Pinkie tries to make it fun by turning it into a jailhouse party. Until Twilight gives her a bran muffin and the Phenomenon's jingle plays. So Pinkie defies physics, as she often does, and bounces all over the castle like she's made of rubber until she bursts through a window. It's Pinkie Pie. Don't question it. And a brief side note about the art on this page, I like how they turned it into a game board. It's like a really nice touch, especially because Hasbro owns both My Little Pony and a whole bunch of games. It's almost like subliminal messaging. Twilight finally catches up to Pinkie. She's really putting up a fight, but Twilight is determined to help. Then Pinkie becomes Pinkamena. Twilight? Maybe you should just let her have the phenomenon. Otherwise, she might just make one out of you. Fair warning. Twilight sets up an elaborate Rube Goldberg machine to attempt to use Pinkie's kinetic energy against her. But it somehow still fails. And kind of reminds me of Mousetrap? Is that a Hasbro game? When they get to the Noms card this time, Twilight decides to see why Pinkie is so addicted to this treat, and becomes instantly addicted herself, and immediately regrets her decision as they go on an all-out eating spree, ending in unendurable pain. But for Twilight, the pain is much worse, because she feels the agony of defeat. She has failed to help her friend. It is then that she realizes that she has been looking at the problem all wrong. She can't force Pinkie's hoof. Pinkie has to decide to stop her own addiction. She has to not nom the noms. Not nom the noms. Try saying that 5 times fast. Twilight then admits her failure to Pinkie, which gets a very concerned reaction from her. She actually stops eating the noms to try to cheer up her friend, which was Twilight's plan all along. Twilight then explains that only Pinkie can stop her problem, choosing not to nom. Then comes the most powerful moment in the entire comic. While practically having a mental breakdown, switching between her Pinkamena and Pinkie form, she makes the conscious decision to not nom the noms. The end. Okay, this comic gets a 9.5 phenomenons out of 10. When you think of a topic that MLP would never cover, anxiety, anger management, depression, death, and addiction tend to top that list. But when you really think about it, MLP has covered most of those to varying degrees of success, except for addiction. Until now. Well, Artie has her addiction to cider, but that is more used as a joke and not really a teachable lesson. Now, this comic did a relatively good job at tactfully portraying addiction in a way that a kid would understand, replacing drugs with sweets, withdrawal with comical and downright creepy facial expressions, and so on. However, it isn't without flaws. My only real issue is with the resolution. It was too neat and tidy. I defer to Robin0928's feelings towards how putting your hoof down dealt with anger management.
You can never present an actual problem like anger issues or any physical or mental problem at all and have it solved with no repercussions on the character in just one episode of a TV show. It makes the viewer feel like it's too easy to get over these problems, and it's not that easy.
Getting over addiction is a lifelong lifelong struggle, with no quick fixes or cures, just the will and strength to live without whatever you are addicted to. Now, this review would greatly benefit from personal experience, but unfortunately, I don't have any addictions. And I would go on and make a joke about this, but this is actually a very serious subject, and so instead of my ending joke, I'm just going to include a few links in the description to help you if you or a family member or friend are struggling with any kind of addiction. And that is my 2 bits on Friends Forever number 12, starring Princess Twilight Sparkle and Pinkie Pie. Tell me your 2 bits on it in the comments below. And while you're down there, why not suggest a possible future spoiler alert? And don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, remember you can support my 2 bits on Patreon. Every little bit helps. As I'm no longer just supporting myself, I would also like to eventually get to the point where I can help out my editor that I recently hired. Well, I'm Comic Sans, and we'll see you next time for a review of Revenge of the Everfree, Part 1, The Root of the Problem. Now, let's see about getting to Coolman's gig, shall we?
Hey, Comic! What are you doing here?
Oh, hi Pinkie. I'm here for the concert.
What concert? Of all ponies, you think I'd know if there was gonna be a concert here, silly Billy?
Sure, yeah. Must have the wrong date then. Why would Coolman lie to me?